welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today I just wanted to talk about educating yourself. Now, when I use the term educate, I know the first thing that comes to your mind is college, some type of schooling, something like that. But no, really, it's really simple. It's something that you can do for yourself. When you educate yourself and you get that information, nobody can tell you anything differently. Me, on one end, I'm trying to practice what I preach because this is something that I know I need to do for myself. So I just wanted to share with you guys. You need to educate yourself any way you can. Whatever you're going through, find ways to improve on it. Find ways to get information on it. You know, raising kids, being in a relationship, going through a breakup. Getting closer to a higher power, learning how to take care of your hair, your skin, wherever it is, there's education available for us. And I think one of the biggest issues is that we get comfortable with not using the resources that's available to us. So when I say educate yourself, take time. Like, you don't have to go to school for something. You can learn it right here on the internet. You can learn it through social media. The best way, truthfully though, is to get books on something that you don't understand or something you would like to learn more about, and just read it for yourself. That's educating yourself. You don't need a degree at the end to prove that you've been educated on something, because truthfully, the true reward is you knowing, you having that knowledge, you being packed full of some new knowledge that maybe you wasn't aware of, and now you can help somebody else, and you can also help your future by getting the education that you've learned. So, you know, I'm learning the hard way. I mean, I don't like to read, you guys. I don't like to read, but I know that it's beneficial. Like when I told you guys a little earlier, a few weeks ago, about my car being towed, you know what the prime problem with that was? Me not reading, me not educating myself on what my apartments expected of me. And just going based off of what I've heard, you know, what I was being told, not taking any notes, because obviously I was just in a situation where I was trying to find somewhere to live. And so I was all over the place. My mind was like a big ball of air, and I wasn't able to retain everything. So not only did I not take notes, but I didn't read the information that was given to me after the fact, which led to my car getting towed a month or so later. So since then, I just was like, you know what, the problem is me. I can't go around blaming everybody else for what I could have known. I could have been on top of things if I would have taken the time to learn, to research it, to read on it, to ask questions or take notes or something. You know, we have to learn that every day we're learning, whether it's good or it's bad. We're always learning something. Even if you're not intentionally trying to learn something, you're learning something. The people you're around, you're learning. The things you see on TV, you're learning. The things you hear, the music you're listening to, the way your kids talk to you, you're learning. And if you know that every day your brain is sucking in information, even if you don't want that information, and it's picking up new habits. That's how people get new bad habits, because you're learning it. It's learned somewhere. We all teach each other whether we want to or not. So if you know this to be true, why not go ahead and try to combat that with some information that you actually want, instead of letting your brain fill up with all kinds of things that you really feel like, I don't need this, or I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in learning about this. I don't want to learn new ways of cursing and twerking or whatever it is. I want to learn maybe about nature, maybe about my body, learn something differently. Then why not consume some of that brain space that's just out here seeking to learn, because that's what our brains do. Our brains want to learn. We're always thinking, we're always hearing, we're always listening, you know, we're learning things. So why not try to combat it with learning something that you actually are interested in, because you're learning anyway. So in that in that sense, you might as well go ahead and do something positive with it. Do something where it benefits you in the end. And then that way you can avoid things like me getting your car towed or having other issues go on, whatever it is negatively that you could have avoided by just simply listening and taking notes or reading about it. You could avoid it by teaching yourself, by learning. Like I say, you don't have to go to school to get an education. You are being educated every day, every single day. When you wake up and you open your eyes and you start your day, your brain is already in like, let's get this, it's time to learn, even if you don't want the information. So just really take the time to educate yourself, and even about the world around you, because my grandma tells me this all the time, because I am very stubborn about listening to the news because it kind of just makes me feel anxious. But she's right. She tells me so many things and I'm like what? Like, this is happening? Like, oh my God. And she's like, you didn't look at the news, did you? You didn't read the article I sent you, did you? And yes, I'm guilty of that. That is totally the truth. Because sometimes I just feel it's not necessarily that I'm not interested in knowing what's going on in the world around me. I think it's more so of when you know, it's like you kind of have to do something about it. You know, you kind of have to be proactive. And I know that's so crazy because you should want to be, right? But it sometimes seems like a lot of effort. And plus then I'll be feeling paranoid, like, oh my goodness, I hear this is going on. Like, I can't really function, enjoy life because this stuff is going on. But the truth is, just because you don't read about it, you don't educate yourself on it, does not mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean that it can happen. It can't happen to you just because you don't know. So it's better to be aware. It's better to know. It's better to be in preparation for something that could happen or go wrong, because you've already been educated. You already have a sense of what's going on. You have some knowledge of what's going on in the world. You have some knowledge of what's going on in whatever category you're interested in researching about, and you know how to go about it if the situation were to come up or to occur in your life where you see it, where it happens to you or it happens to a family member. You know how to go about it because you've educated yourself enough to know what to do about it. You know, for example, for me, when I learned about my pre-diabetes, I started educating. I'm still educating myself to the point where I can educate someone else about the best foods to eat, the best things to do to lower your blood sugars. We should be that proactive about everything in our life, where we take the time to research and learn, because the resources are here. No, there's nothing in this world you can say that you did not know, because somebody somewhere is going to share it, they're going to talk about it, they're going to write about it, it's going to be on the news, it's going to be somewhere. Sometimes you just have to look for it. The most ridiculous things sometimes be on YouTube, but somebody just didn't know, like how to screw in a screw, how to hang a picture where it's straight. Like, there's so many things that you may think is ridiculous, but somebody really didn't know, and the knowledge is there. So now they can't say nobody ever could help them or nobody ever was willing to help them, because the resource is there. They just have to go look for it. So with that being said, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Educate yourself, take notes, read, y'all. I know reading is not fun, but for me, I don't like reading too much. I'm more of I think I'm on the go too much. I'm a little bit too hyper. So reading is just like, I have to be still for too long, and it drives me crazy and it makes me so bored, because I just want to get up and do something. Like, I could listen to podcasts, I could listen to the news, like things I can listen to, scriptures, things like that. And but I'm doing other stuff. I'm never really sitting still, so it's like I'm not really retaining the information that I'm actually learning. That's why I said reading actually is the best way to really learn something, because you're actually retaining it. You're reading it and you're understanding it from your understanding from your point of view. So, you know, but whatever you can do, even if it's just listening to somebody, you know, listen to different music, whatever it is that can offer you something that's going to fill your spirit with something that you feel like you need. and educate you on something that maybe you didn't know. Do it, because every day, like I said, your brain is learning anyway, so you might as well pick something positive or something that you're interested in to fill up some of that space that your brain tries to lag and take up. So with that being said, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Continue the conversation. Talk with me, I talk back. Talk with other people, you know, put out your ideas. Tell me what you agree with, what you don't agree with. We'll keep the conversation going. And until next time, bye.